And welcome, Radoslav.
Thank you very much. It's always very difficult to speak in front of you after lunch. You know, it's difficult. People are thinking about lunch. But I will try to a little bit bring some energy after the lunch to this room. I'm happy to be here. Actually, I wasn't supposed to be here, right? I accidentally came here today. I got a notification about that I will be here speaking just yesterday. And it will be fun, you will see. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Radoslav Ciglanský, and I'm Agilist. So basically, I work as a Scrum Master, previously as an IT project manager. I work in this industry for about almost 15 years. So I worked with many different teams, with many different people, guys, women. All of you are really great. And because we are in this inspiring room, and my message to you today is to inspire you a little bit, right? So I'm going to try to do it. So before we start and dive deeper into the journey, I will a little bit introduce my current background and where I work. I work currently in BOOTIQ. It's a Slovakian Czech Republic company. We are delivering a lot of software solutions around Czech Republic and Slovakia, and for very famous companies here in our region. And we work a little bit agilely, I would say, right? And my goal was really to bring to the company a little bit of this kind of message. We know that in Slovakia, many companies are working this old waterfall way, but in my opinion, it's something that works sometimes, but currently more and more people and more and more companies are switching to be more agile. Because the original of these topics should have been about testing, I'm going to ask you first a very simple question. Who is here a tester? Ah, cool. So, and who feels that he is a junior? Okay. And who feels that he is a leader? Good. Perfect. So we have some leaders. Nice to see you guys, everyone. And to start with the topic about the journey of everyone here, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally a geographic. I studied geography, right? I want to explore the world. Maybe you want to do it too. But at that time, I accidentally ended up in one startup. And in startup, you do everything. And even testing. So I actually end up doing a testing as well. And this was my start. And at the time, when I started this journey of being in IT, I didn't realize that there is a position tester. So, and after a while, I realized that we are testing. We are testing everything from mobile devices, from bus station here, even the lunch, how it tasted. I think it was good. I didn't need everything because it was too much for me. But we are testers out of the curiosity of our nature. So we people, we test. And that's the great benefit of every one of us here and everyone who would like to become a tester in the future. So if you have somebody in your organization somewhere, please encourage them to join the tester team. It's really cool. And when I started to test, I realized, it's really fun. I will switch because this presentation is not mine. but I will go to the leadership at the end. So we will discuss a little bit of the way how ideally a junior tester became a really good tester. Last time when we had a beer server here in Bratislava, I was discussing with my colleagues about testing. And because I have this kind of background that I'm not categorizing people by junior, senior. I'm categorizing people like people. You are here to test. And I'm not going to tell you you are a junior tester. I'm not going to behave a little bit differently, because what we would like to do is to make you good tester, right? The senior tester, good tester, and that's the difference. So at the very beginning, and how we do it in the team, or how I'm trying to also implement it everywhere, is to get a feeling to the people or who are testing that they are here to really change something, right? And that their goal is to really understand what they are testing, not based on the processes, but based on the feeling that, yes, I want to test it because I like it, and that's the difference. So any times when we have a new people in the team, yeah, I'm immediately asking this person, good, you're not a tester. Okay, so let's get testing. But I bet you that after 1 year, you will be either product manager or you will become a senior, or you know, in a ladder, you will go deeper into the code automation tester, right? And we have a lot of women from Jenny IT in our company, and very pleased that we are incorporating this attitude in our company, that we gave the chance to everyone to experience this testing based on attitude. So we would like to show them that the testing is really cool. Yeah, we are building great products and we are focusing on the product. So the first things what we do is really like trying to explain them how we work. And that's the basics. So we focus on tell the people this is how we work. The three most important things for everyone is communication is the key. So when you test, when you work, your goal is to communicate, and that's our mantra in our company. And if you don't communicate, you are losing the momentum of everything. So we immediately trying to incorporate this attitude that regardless what you do, and if you test, communicate, please. If you don't know how to test it, ask. If you know how to test it, tell. Learn, teach, share. These three components is the key to success in everything. I had the same experience. So at the very beginning of the startup, so I'll go back a little bit. I was testing, then they told me, you know what? These guys don't know how to use the product. Rado, I know the product well. So what we should do? So I started to write user manuals, right? I set up this support services for the users. So immediately I was not testing anymore. We decided to share this knowledge to somebody else. And I switched to services, to support, set up worldwide support with all the world. And that's the entry. So every time when you think about testing, I think it's the best way how to get into IT, because it shows you it's entry to everything. You really can end up building a product and building your own product as a CEO at the end, because you understand how the product works. And that's the key. At the, when somebody is starting or starts testing position in our company, he gets a really good support. And sometimes we try to push them into the water, like, okay, how would you do it? How would you do it, right? But in overall, we try to communicate and really support them. So for the first month is the most important. It's like the onboarding of the new guy to the company. If you lose this guy in the first month, he will not be productive, or she will struggle, and she will maybe end up going somewhere else. So for those leaders here, focus on the first month, first steps. Take your time, really. Find your time for them. Even it's in a brain, it looks like, why should I care about these people? It's the most important thing, because some of you maybe have kids, and if you, like I do, I have 2 kids, and I feel like I have work at home as well, so I'm raising these kids the same way, trying to give them a safety environment that they can be built and support them. Otherwise, they will go away. Second thing to communication is vocabulary or terminology use. If you don't use the same terminology in the company, the people will be really lost. So at the very beginning, we like thinking about great examples. Some of this funny example, how you pronounce Jira, right? You maybe know it. So somebody will just come to me, okay, how can I find this ticket in Jira? And I, what is Jira? And I told him, okay, it's Jira. You know, the foundation of Jira is from Godzilla. So I'm explaining immediately. I explain him why it's called Jira, and then we know it. And we have also some kind of terminology in the system, so we use the same vocabulary, same language. So we communicate, we use the same language. If you don't know anything about the subject matter, it's very good to find somebody in the company that helps you. And I'm always encourage young people to ask, so to communicate, really, like, if you would like to learn something, you need to have this feeling that you want to do it, right? You want to learn. If you go to the company and you are waiting that they will teach you, that's wrong attitude. Immediately when we see this kind of attitude, they are gone. Sorry, you not communicate. We are not here to direct you by hand. You need to find a way how to learn. We are here, and from my experience, we had a couple of people that they don't realize that when you come to the company, all of you, also all your leaders here, which are here, you should be role models. And many young people, they don't realize they have role models in the company. They don't realize that this is something so powerful to meet these people that they don't use it. Really, they don't use us to get this knowledge. They're just sitting there, not communicating, waiting that I will go to him, right? I'm here for him I'm here to support him. But the initial responsibility, I would call it, even though it's kind of not a nice word, should be going from the junior. And we provide this basic knowledge to everyone. So when you communicate, when you are eager to learn, and when you know the basic knowledge, you start to work. And if you have this foundation that you know that you can ask, that you can clearly communicate your problems with the correct vocabulary, that you have people around you that helps you, the environment is ready for you to take the first work. Usually, we give the first work. I would like to give it in the first day. That would be the perfect day. Like for developers, the perfect day for me is when he commits to production first day. That's like nobody's really doing that, but this will show the developer how we work. It's the same for testers. First, he needs to test and see the workflow, the process. And after he will dive deeper into this process, when he knows by heart how the system works, then he will be super productive. So we enabled people to really open the mouth, give them the tools, and show them the process. Then immediately after 1 month, they feel really welcomed and safe to work with the company. And that's everywhere, right? We do it this way, but I saw it that it's working in many different companies. Sometimes we see that these young people or people who are starting with a new career, they have a problem to join the project itself. So it's not about the first setup of the environment, the safe environment, but also about the project. We try to really onboard the people into the project, and I mean it. So it means that we would like to give people the reason why we do that, why we do this product. What's the purpose of this product? Where is the heading? We therefore incorporated also the way of working for product owners, that they explain the value of the product. And immediately when the people knows why they do it, they test better. If they don't know why they test it, they don't test it good. They think in silos. They will test just the one feature, and I don't care what's happening on the other side of the road. But in this case, if we explain them, okay, if this works, what about to test also the Australia? And they will find the bugs. For sure. Bugs are there for us. Lastly, the very last point is that we want to create this environment in the way that people are not only feeling welcomed and they have this environment that they feel safe, but also that they work like entrepreneur. So they feel or have the feeling that if I test this, for example, what if the product will have this feature? How this helps me, or how this helps the customer or the user itself. So at the end of the day, they started to test something else. I know it sounds weird, maybe for some of you, like from the budgeting perspective, also atypical, but we encourage this to our people. So so it means that testers are source of truth of everything of the product, and this is the one of the most overlooked people in the company, but you are the most powerful one. And we really mean it. In our company, we have an attitude also, because I'm a Scrum, so I would like to make all people should be T-shape. So I encourage developers to test. I'm testing, even though I don't have to, but I want to, because I want to see how it works. Our developers are testing, our project managers are testing. Everyone is testing, but we need also this expertise. So it's not about creating super powerful guy, but also encouraging some expertise to become really in a good way. In the test environment, my colleague Martin would give you a lot of more experience from how he went up from the leadership point of view. I will summarize it from my side. Just a little bit back to my story. After I test and after I set up service for this product, I became a project manager. I became a product manager. So this way, I really realized I love products. I don't know how this happened, but I at the end became a Scrum Master to really help people to understand the power of Scrum. And my really biggest goal currently is to coach and navigate product owners. And we have a lot of young women in a testers group. And my first question to them on the interview is, where if you will no, it's another question. It's just a sentence that I tell them. You know what? I see you in 1 year as a product manager or automation tester. And they are always very shocked because they haven't think about it, that they can become in this area, that they can move in this direction, because we sometimes our society is trying to silo people into your business. Like, you are a tester, you will be tester forever, right? You know how to do it. But that's not true. You can follow your heart, and then you realize, okay, I know how to test. I'm going to be a great product owner because I know how to test it as well. And here is a little bit of analysis. It's based on our metric, which we are doing in parallel by onboarding testers. And as you can see visually, the productivity of the people is rising after a couple of months. So, and we see that if you are starting your job as a tester, after 6 months, you can be a really good tester. If you have this environment. So if you really have this environment of open communication, program glossary, proper support, coaching, after 6 months, you can be a really good tester. And after 6 months, we are seeing that people are starting to realizing where they would like to go. And we see that we have a guy who, I'm going to die as a tester because I like it. And that's okay. But usually it's not happening, and usually they are switching to product owners as they see the product, they know how they works, and they see the bugs, and they see the bugs as a chance to improve the system. And the funny thing is, when I'm asking on the interview, because I'm doing the interview to the team, do you like to make the developers work hard, or do you like make the product better for customer? And then you will find out in this situation that this guy will be most probably a tester, and this guy product owner. And to recap also from the leadership point of view, I kind of end up being operational manager in this startup. So I was working on the processes, I was working for the people in the company, they feel good. But I left because after 10 years in one company, I just decided to help BOOTIQ with the setup of this team, because BOOTIQ was a small company in a house in the middle of Bratislava. Right now we are trying to really build the company I'm helping here, and they worked a little bit like a waterfall way. I'm challenging it. And all I wanted to one thing what I would like to add, the last one, I don't know if I spoken about it, just stop me. Because I don't like the term junior in general. I don't like it. So when somebody is starting the job in another company, I'm seeing the person as a developer. I'm seeing him as a tester, right? They have different history, different skills, different thinking, and etc. For me, we can make. The goal is to make the guy productive, right? Not to change his title. And that's what I would like to. One thing for the leaders to take from my speech is try to make people comfortable that they learn and provide value instead of chasing the titles. And the second thing for juniors, don't hesitate to ask. Ask, you have a great people around you. Take is an advantage. If you start to work in any kind of company, these people around you are there for more than years. They know how it works. Don't be stubborn that you know what to do. Ask them, tell I don't know, help me. Please help me, and they will help you because they want productivity, right? And that's the key for us. And in overall, if I can summarize it from my point of view, really the goal of the leader is to set the stage the way you think that people should work. So lead by example. And try to do nothing. Just watch your team and how they evolve. I think that's the last slide. Let me check. Yeah. Thank you very much.